Naruto, an anime that you either loved or you hated, but no matter what, I love this anime. And I was thinking to myself, with the episode, like the latest episode being 479 being over, the last fight between Naruto and Sasuke, now they're just fillers, basically Naruto the animation being over, Naruto Storm 4 being the last game, I was thinking to myself, what is going to happen to the future of Naruto? With Boruto the animation being close to be like started and everything around these lines. So I'll be discussing, analyzing, talking basically about my opinion, what's going to happen in the future probably, and just talk in general about Naruto a little bit because I just love this anime. And yeah, I'll quickly get the intro in and then we'll get to it. Let's get it.
Okay.
Naruto, an anime which is like probably one of the most successful animes in basically anime history. Besides One Piece, it's the most sold, the most watched, basically the best anime. And like, you can Google up whatever, but like I saw like some chart where like even Naruto overtook in like some way or shape or form One Piece. So basically we can just say Naruto and One Piece are on the same level in terms of like how bad, like what is better and what is not. But Naruto is slash was such a successful anime, whether or not it was just the anime, just the manga, the games, whatever. And now that basically the anime, like the manga is already over for like I don't even know how many months, 2-3 months. Anime still like little fillers now, but let's just be real here, right here. Like episode 479 is over, the last fucking fight is over. Basically the animation or the anime itself is over as well. Of course there are now like the fillers between what happened after the fight and like to the point where Boruto is getting born probably. I'm not being completely behind it, but like few episodes I've seen, and yeah. What was it? The game Naruto Storm 4, or in general just the game, were so successful as well, and Storm 4 being over as well now, basically, because we already knew last year they said Storm 4 is going to be the last game. Road to Boruto launched, has actually nothing to do with Naruto itself anymore, but more with Boruto now basically, because the animation for Boruto is just like basically right around the corner. How many more, like 1 or 2 months till it's getting released. And I was just thinking to myself, will Boruto be as successful as Naruto is? Because just think about it, right? I was just like, I used to know back in the days when I was little, like the age of like, where was it? Primary school, somewhere around there, I started to get into anime. Like either like when you're little, like I'm 19 right now, so when you were little, primary school, I don't know, 13, 14 years, or 12 for example, either you watch like some cartoons or you watch anime. And like most of the people right around here basically just watched freaking anime, and there was always this competition between Naruto and One Piece. But I think what like Naruto made so successful was the thing that it was kind of realistic, you know what I mean? Like you could have like, of course you know as a little kid it's like animation, it's nothing 100% real, but when you're smaller you still have like the thinking of like, okay, you can just like rethink into it and you think like you're perhaps one of those persons, you know? And you grew up with this shit. I basically grew up with this shit. And if it's just compare it now with Boruto coming out with like, let's just say the newer generation of kids basically, I seriously think it will not be as successful as Naruto is or was, simply because of course there are people just like how me, probably other Naruto tubers or whatever, like people who are still watching anime even though they're like 19, 20 years old whatsoever, you know, still probably watch, like let's just say we have like 100% who are still like Naruto fans, right? And I would say like from like who are 19 years old or something around that, there's probably for Boruto releasing 50% of Naruto fans will still continue supporting the series basically and watch that shit. But probably the other 50% say like, okay, I'm old enough now, I don't need that shit anymore, you know, not like the hardcore fans. And then you just need to think, we basically all who are huge fans of Naruto in some way or shape or form grew up with this shit. And if you just compare like the new generation of kids right now, if you just look, if you go down the streets or so, you just see them on their phones being like fucking 24/7 on that shit. Annoys me as fuck. Plus the thing is with the internet, I used to know back in the days when I was little, there was nothing like internet. There was internet, but there were no internet like fucking anime streamings and shit, you know. You either had to watch the fucking anime on premium channels on TV, or you had to buy the fucking DVDs. You didn't even have fucking Blu-ray or some shit like this, like DVDs, bruh. Alright? So this is how Naruto basically grew up, cause like they either sell that shit as CDs or they sell that shit as a fucking show on the TVs, bruh. And this is how like it got successful. But now with all these anime streaming platforms, everything around these lines, I don't think it will be that successful like Boruto, the animation, or like Boruto in general. Cause first of all, if you go down right now, right, you go outside, gather like 50 kids around like, let's say 12 to 15 years, I would say from these 50 kids, 25 of them don't probably even know what anime is, or have like of course heard of it but are not watching it. And this is just sad, because like nowadays the kids are, I don't know what are they watching, just some bullshit, you know. But yeah, I think it will not be as successful as it was, like let's just say 4 or 5 years ago. And I think of course anime is still going to be alive, just like One Piece, because One Piece is still getting continued. But because Naruto, there's like the switch, Masashi Kishimoto ended basically, he's not doing that shit. Of course he's like watching over the guy, I fucking forgot who's doing the animation now, he's looking over it, but it's not the same, you know. And of course hardcore fans are going to still watch that shit, but I highly doubt that it will be that successful. So I'm seriously just basically scared of like what's going to happen, because let's just be real, Stone 4 dead. Of course there are like the fucking hardcore modders, whether or not it was like portable productions or whatever, doing like the mods, so it will still be alive a little bit. But if I go on PS4 and I go on like fucking ranked and shit, player match, everybody, I know everybody I'm playing basically, and this is just making me sad. And like why I'm also sad is like Naruto, I grew up with that shit. When I just like think about it back at the days, bruh, you know, I was primary school, right? And I was like, just like got school, went fucking home, run the fuck, like being like running, Naruto's coming, bruh. And I was just like fucking taking a dump, eating real quick, and then just fucking watch Naruto. And bruh, I used to remember back in the days, bruh. Yo, if you had like, just remember like, for an example, first time Team 7 gathering together, Team 7 fighting Haku and Zabuza, bruh. Yo, that was like, seriously, Naruto and like Team 7 against Zabuza and Haku, bro, that's like the most loved like fucking part of Naruto ever in me. If you just like, I don't know if you still remember, but back then, like in the anime, when like they had like the flashbacks of Haku where she's like sitting, like Haku's like fucking like a street kid, you know, living on the streets, like sitting next to frigging dumpster, you know, like begging for money, and like the snow came down, and oh, that was so sad. I nearly cried there. And then just Zabuza came up like, hey guy, I got you fam. Bruh, oh my god, leave a like right now if you still remember that shit. Oh my fucking god. But yeah, then the thing where like the tuning exams, or Sasuke leaving Konoha going to Orochimaru, basically like Naruto when I was little, just like Naruto part 1 Naruto was my favorite shit. And if you still remember back in the days, the 2D games, be like Naruto Ultimate Ninja 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yo, I had all these shits. I still have them. Bruh, it would just be fucking sad if this is going to get like be over in like a short amount of time, yo. I don't know. I think it will die out. Like it will not be the same how it was, simply because the kids nowadays are not the same anymore. I can just compare it how it was when I was little and how it is now, with like the internet, with the smartphones and everything, basically with like online anime streaming services like this. Anime itself is going to die out probably in like the next 2 years or so, I would say. I'm not sure, but like if it's getting online streamed, you know, they will not make any money. And if they're not making any money, of course, they cannot live for it. Like they do this shit, like this is hardcore shit they do, and basically they won't have anything for living, you know. So I think it's not going to be the same anymore, unfortunately. But I think we all grew up, we're all growing up, and I think it is a trend which is going to be ended real soon. With Naruto, probably Naruto's over, and with Boruto probably not being the same how it is. But yeah, I think that is all I have to say for this video. I'm really sad that this is going to happen. I mean, you can let me know in the comment section down below what you're going to think or what you're thinking. But yeah, it'll probably be over real soon, I suppose. But yeah, I think this is it. I'll wrap things up. Thank you all so much for watching. As I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you think of this. Like, do you think it will be the same how it was back in the days? Or like, you can also tell me like how old are you, and like, are you a fan of like anime and stuff? You can tell me that as well. Be really interested in it. And yeah, other than that, it's been your boy Muzzy. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.